Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel, and if you are brand new here, welcome. I'm Bonnie, Old Soul Mermaid, and today is going to be a continuation of a look into my deck collection. I'm hoping to get all these videos out by the end of the year, also with some my favorites of the year. So I'm trying to push these videos out. I'm trying to do them in smaller chunks so that you know, we literally would be sitting in one video for 3 or 4 hours going through my deck collection, I think, and because I tend to ramble. So let's get on with it. This video is going to focus on my Lo Scarabeo and Rockpool decks, and I'm combining them because I don't have very many in each from each publisher. So let's go with Lo Scarabeo first. And the first deck out of the box is the Bix Tarot. I do have a full unboxing of this little teeny deck. It's a unique, quirky little deck. It's got the, you know, Lo Scarabeo, sometimes they like the top off boxes. It's really cute. It's bunny rabbits, or whimsical, cartoonish bunny rabbits. Now this deck is very, very unique, and it is a glossy finish, like many Lo Scarabeo decks. And that is the back. Oh, sorry, that's the art card. This is the back. So not crazy with, you know, the title of the deck on the back, but it is a very quirky little deck. It's thinner. It's thinner and shorter than normal tarot size, if you can tell from my hand. Sorry about knocking my phone, but there you go. This deck is really funny because there's a playlist that goes along with it. And if you see, you get a card with the playlist that goes with the major arcana. They have a song attributed to each of the major arcana, and it's on Spotify. So it is quite quirky and unique. And it's just the journey of this one little character. And you see the strength. I like the strength card. How there's the lion, you know, in the background. You kind of have to look and dig with a lot of the background in the back. It's quirky, and you know what? Truth be told, I saw this little deck on Lisa Pappas's channel, Supportive Tarot, and I believe she picked up this deck at the Northwest Tarot Symposium last year, maybe, or the year before. I can't remember. Probably last year. And this was something she picked up. I don't know if she still has it. It may have been in one of her videos that she let go. I haven't worked with it a whole lot, truth be told. But when I got it, I did work with it for a few days, and I quite enjoyed it. But because it's a whimsical, kind of cartoony deck, sometimes, you know, it just depends on the frame of mind and the type of reading you're going to do. I'm glad I have it in my collection, though. And I have read for my 14-year-old niece with this, and that is what it's, you know, so far I found that it's well suited for. She enjoys this type of art, and I think if you are looking for a deck that maybe to gift to somebody that is a beginner, because it does pretty much follow the RWS system, something that's, you know, non-jarring imagery. There's no swords really sticking out of the back. There's no nudity. It's yeah, it's pretty whimsical and fun. So that is the Bix Tarot. Oh, I just wanted to show you real quick. Where is the oh, I'm trying to find the, okay, so you get just a little bit of the majors. So in the notes it says the song attributed to the lovers is Jack Johnson's Better Together. For the Strength card, The Doors, Riders on the Storm. For the Hermit, Miles Davis's Mystery is attributed to that card. So I think it's a fun, quirky little deck, and I'm glad I have it. And that is my first deck, my Lo Scarabeo decks. And that is the Bix Tarot. All right, the next deck is the Tarot Mooca or Mooca. And it is a very well-known Lo Scarabeo deck, along again with the top opening box. I love the Art Nouveau style of this deck. A well-known deck in the tarot community. But if you are new here, and I have been getting some new subscribers lately, and those are the beautiful backs. Very beautiful. It's that same glossy, semi-gloss cardstock. And this was an early deck that I got. Very early. And you just see that the imagery is just beautiful. It does have the scariest judgment card ever, I think. Or freakiest. But I love the earth tones in here. Very much love the earth tones and the Art Nouveau style of this deck. I read with it quite a bit when I got it, and it was an early deck. It follows the RWS system. Look at how beautiful that Hermit is. I don't believe I have an unboxing of this deck on my channel, because by the time I got it, it has already been a well-known deck. There are many unboxings, though it's not my unboxing, but you know, by the time I got it, it's been very, you know, it's well known. Many people have it. So I'm just flipping through for the benefit of any newcomers who may find this channel. And oh my gosh, this art is so beautiful. Look at that moon. And it's just making me want to bring this out again and use it. Okay, here's that Judgment card. See the freaky face of the angel? If that's not the stuff of nightmares or Christian nightmares, I don't know what is. So this is the Tarot Mooca, or Mooca, however you choose to pronounce it. And it is a great beginner deck. I would highly recommend it. This is my last deck of my Lo Scarabeo decks. This is the Astrological Oracle cards. And there's not very many cards in this deck. It's an astrology deck. But basically, I found that I use it. It's a beautiful book, by the way. Look at I don't know if you're picking that up. The little like sequin-esque shine. But you know, the Lo Scarabeo decks are done in many different languages, so you don't get much information, just kind of the bare minimum in this little book, but it is beautiful. Look at that. There is not very many cards in this deck at all. Let me get in a little bit closer. Though they are beautiful, and I find that I use them more for altar cards than anything else, and those are the beautiful backs. Same semi-gloss cardstock. I find that I use these more as a place card holder for readings or altar cards. This deck has been out for a while. And again, it's done in, well, some of the cards are kind of a cross between Art Nouveau and some of them, like the one we just passed, is kind of a bohemian look, but it's beautiful, beautiful. And looking at it, it's a good one to pair with the Tarot Mooca. That's my card. So, yeah. Mermaids. And I haven't done a spread with this deck. It just seems kind of, like I said, it could be more of a learning deck, a placeholder deck, maybe for who you're reading for, and also altar cards if you're working with astrology, which I attempt to do. I am by no means an expert. I just know I skim the surface. And it's one of my goals for 2021 to get more up to speed on my astrology. But it's a beautiful, beautiful deck. And you see, there's not very many cards in here at all. It's a thicker box because of the chunky guidebook. And the book is chunky because it has different languages, not because it's chock full of information on astrology. But it is a beautiful, beautiful deck, and I'm glad I have it in my collection. All right, we are moving to my Rockpool decks, my decks by Rockpool Publishing. And first is the Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Guidance through lunar and seasonal energies. Again, I do not have a full unboxing of this deck on my channel because I think it's been out for a while, a long time before I got it, and yeah, I just didn't feel the need. But this book is wonderful. You get a tiny colored picture, which I love. Good information in here. Really good information, and I find that the imagery is just beautiful. I'm starting to work with the moon cycles. I use these as altar cards. Oop, there we go. Again, the same semi-gloss or glossy cardstock as Lo Scarabeo, and you know, I think in general Rockpool has glossy cards, but you go through the moon phases. Like here for waxing crescent, you get acceptance, and for waxing crescent 3 you get growth. They are numbered. Waxing crescent 4 is self-love, and you get the gist, but the imagery is beautiful. Of course, it's on the dark side because we are dealing with the moon and nighttime. But there's the cards, backs. I like the waxing gibbous to fear. This is just a beautiful, beautiful deck. I know it's a very popular deck. Kind of along the lines of, you know, the imagery and photography you'd get out of a Colette Baron Reed deck. I love this card. Self-reflection. I think it's beautiful. This might be one of my favorite cards in the deck. It's otherworldly, takes you to another place. I love that there's an older woman depicted here. I love the face that is made out of nature, out of the plants. Isn't that gorgeous? I think it's ingenious. So if you're wanting to start working with the moon cycles, I think this is a great deck. It's a mass market deck, easily available at your local bookshop or Amazon, or you can get it directly from the publisher. I think the imagery is just gorgeous. And that is the Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. The next Rockpool deck is the Goddess Dream Oracle by Wendy Andrew. It's a nice textured, kind of a linen-y finished box to it. I do have a full unboxing. It's one of my earlier videos done earlier in the year for this deck. I believe I got it when it was a new release, so that's why there is an unboxing of this deck. But good production, that glossy cardstock again. I recently used this deck, and it is the book is beautiful, and the imagery is beautiful. And I use this with one of my newer indie decks, the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot. And I found that these two paired beautifully together. I love the imagery. I love the artwork. I love the message in the book. I love the keywords with the little, phrase at the bottom. And I just think they go. Beautiful, beautiful cards. That's a beautiful card. Balance light and dark. And this is a mass market deck that you can get anywhere. Amazon, your local bookstore. I got mine. I pre-ordered it off of Amazon, and I love this card. It's showing an older figure, a dryad. I love, love, love this. She's gorgeous. The book is really, really good. I love the paper. I love the cream. There's a little bit about the imagery, about the goddess, and also there's an affirmation that you can use daily. And I put, when I was working with this, the card I drew, I wrote the affirmation in my journal. And you get a small picture, but it's color, which is always good. That makes the picture stand out more. If you want to get in touch with goddess energy, I think this is a great little deck. I really do. And I really enjoy working with it. And that is the Goddess Dream Oracle by Wendy Andrew. The last deck in this video, my last Rockpool deck. See, I don't have very many for Rockpool or Lo Scarabeo, but this is the Mystical Healing Reading Cards. Now, you would have seen this deck recently on my video, Decks That Are Leaving My Collection. And this was in my bag because I had said in that video that I had worked with it. Whoops. That I had worked with it, and I felt that I was ready to let it, move on. But funny story, I did sell it to my local Half Price Books, which is a used bookstore. And last week I went in there, and I had remorse for this deck, and I bought it back. I knew it was my deck because I had sold it to them. And I bought it back from them. I was, yeah. The other Ina Segal deck, the other healing reading cards, I don't regret. The imagery, the artwork never did bode well with me, even though I loved the book and I did work with the cards. But this is more my aesthetic. And I'm thinking of getting the Cat Black Golden Tarot at some point, and I think these two would work really, really well together. The book, her books, Ina Segal's books, are wonderful, and I love the art in this very well. It's glossy cardstock. The cards are very large. See, they take up my hand pretty much. But I love the backs. I loved working with the book, but I thought, you know, I did work with it and go through it, the book, a couple of times at a point when I needed it, and then I thought I had moved past it. But I'm like, you know, I would enter one of those, I could easily enter one of those phases again, you know, we call phases. And I could see how having this deck and pulling it out would help me again. So I bought it back. I bought back my own deck. Yes, yes. Leave your comments below. Yeah, leave your eye roll emojis and whatnot in the comments below. I deserve it. I should do what Lisa Pappas does when she does her videos, decks that could be leaving her collection. She puts them away in a basket and she sits on it for a while before she actually gets rid of it. Me, I'm more rash when I make a decision. I don't want to have to double think it too much because if I let myself, I spend a lot of time, you know, overthinking things. So when I make a decision, I just want to plow through with it. And most of the times it's a good thing, but in this case, yeah, I regretted letting this one go, and I bought back my own deck. So yes, I know. So that was the Mystical Healing reading cards. And let me just, before we go, in case you don't know this deck, this is the gorgeous book. You get a full color picture. You get, and look at, I open to love your body. How appropriate. You get, you know, some information about the card, but you get an action, some action to work through, an exercise to actually work through, to aid in your healing. It's not just lofty affirmations. It's things that you can actually do, which is what's so great about this deck, and I'm so glad I bought it back. So yeah, slap on the hand for me, or yeah, knock me on the head. I don't think this will be. And there's the lovely Ina Segal. Isn't she lovely? So wise. So yes, I know. So that is a look at my Lo Scarabeo and Rockpool Publishing decks. And I hope you enjoyed this look at my collection, another look at my collection. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you have any of these decks? Like, what do you think? Were you aware of this little Bix Tarot? Many of these decks are well known. Let me know in the comments what you think. If there's anything that you've had on your wish list for a long time and you haven't bit the bullet, yeah, I love to hear from you. And with that, I will leave you. This is one of my shorter videos, thank goodness. And I will see you real soon for another video. Bye for now.